So the title is Giza, the Tesla connection, and Tesla is very topical, of course. Is
Right.
talked about
Yeah.
more than Einstein these days, I think.
Yeah.
So do you make new revelations apart from that machine, and you can talk about that too, that will once again change everything, you think?
I think so. I like to think so. Not because of something that I have discovered, particularly, though there are additional discoveries that I made that I include in the book that support the Giza power plant theory. But the major one is actually was made by a NASA physicist, Dr. Friedemann Freund. And Friedemann had discovered the physics behind earthquake lights. And so that discovery, he was hoping that he would be able to, that his discovery would be accepted, adopted, and used to predict when earthquakes were going to strike. But the fundamental physics behind it is that when the rock, igneous rock, the minerals in the rock are stressed, the rock turns into a battery. There's what they call peroxide defects in the minerals, and these positive whole charge carriers, when they're put under pressure, they will shoot to the surface, and that's what causes these earthquake lights. So think about that. There's that we are actually standing on top of a huge battery, and there are parts, there are areas in around the world that make it easier to access that energy. Giza is one of them, and there's a lot more to it. I have a research associate, Robert Borter, who's an acoustic engineer, and then Eric Wilson, the aerospace engineer. But Friedemann Freund is a brilliant man. I met him the end of last year. Went to his lab at the SETI Institute in Silicon Valley out in California. And we had a very nice meeting. He was a brilliant guy. But his discovery, for me, actually dovetails perfectly into the primary source of energy that the pyramids were tapping into, and that is the electrons contained within the lithosphere, which is up to 100 kilometers thick. That's a lot of power.
Oh yeah. Is that the Tesla connection?
The Tesla connection is, number one, how do you drive the machine? Okay, what impels it to vibrate? And also, once that energy is fed through it, how is it distributed? And so I actually have an image. I haven't published that to the internet yet. Maybe I'll send you a copy of it. But it shows the Great Pyramid with a Tesla dome around it.
That sounds cool.
So, but because the way Peter Friedemann Freund demonstrated his discovery was by taking a slab of granite, and he equipped it with an electrode. He capped it on one end and ran an electrode from the other end, which was actually captured inside a hydraulic press. And so he put pressure on the on one end, and then there was a wire There's a little handshaking going on, and with the cat on the other end, and electricity flowed after he was put under pressure.
Fascinating. Can't wait
Yeah,
to get my
and it
hands
flowed
on your new
for a
book
long
to read
time
about
too.
this.
Right. So that to me is like, okay, then we look at a different concept of how we access energy, because right now, here's a little interesting factoid for you. In 2021, in the US alone, enough coal was mined by weight to build 76 Great Pyramids.
Hmm.
So think of that. A pyramid 76 times the size of the Great Pyramid that went into power plants and was burned up so that we could harvest electrons from the generators that rotated. But look at the processes involved, like mining,
Yeah,
transportation.
it is a little bit like the Stone Age, actually, when you look at it. Do you think, I mean, some people say, many people say, or many, but quite a few people I listen to on YouTube at least, they say that we've had this advanced technology for a long time, and many leaders know about it, but they have been suppressing this knowledge. And I'm not saying that we've had it all the way from the ancient Egyptians up to now, but at least since Tesla, for instance, or something like that we've known how to harness energy, because everything is energy, everything is vibrating. I
Right.
mean, on the quantum level, everything is energy. So there is technology that has been suppressed because there's so much money involved in all these businesses that are involved in the oil and coal industry. What do you think about this?
Yes, I think I know that there have been some very bright people out there who feel that their ideas have been suppressed. And seems to be a tendency that if you come up with an idea and it pertains to the like myself, okay, I think we're closer. I'm closer with this next book to describing more fully a better way to harness electricity. I fully expect that it's going to be, I don't know, 50, 60 years before people may take it seriously. I don't know. It may be next week. Depends who gets involved. I mean, if Elon Musk decides, hey, if I want a reliable source of electricity to power all the cars I'm making, I need to build my own power plant. What's the best thing to do? But I don't know. So that's why I devote the book to future generations, because I think when you look at the continuum of scientific development, invention, when things are conceived, when they're brought into fruition, how they are adopted, and that, yes, and there are vested interests that would prevent new technologies being introduced that would make their investment worthless.
Yeah, as an aside, or actually it has to do with this, of course. Are you familiar with Malcolm Bandel's work? Bendel?
No, I don't know. I haven't.
Australian engineer, and he's been working for many years on how to harvest clean or harness clean energy, just like your subtitle of your new book says, and directly from the atomic level or even the Planck scale level. And if there is any fuel involved, it's plasma or plasmoids, and the prototypes that he has built to build some kind of plants have no moving parts, and patents have been secured for the applications. But the science is supposed to be open source. But I know that this guy, I mean, I've heard this from Randall Carlson, another man who is very big into talking about lost civilizations and all that. But he knows this Malcolm guy, and Malcolm Bendel has been working secretly on an island in the Indian Ocean for the last 7 years, because he knows that people are after him. They want to suppress this. They want to stop this. So it's kind of sounds like some kind of a bad movie or something, but it's
it's
actually happening.
I don't get into conspiracy theories that but I could, I suppose, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I just want to share my work openly. I don't want, it's like, and as far as building a great pyramid and demonstrating it myself, it's way beyond my resources. I don't have $25 billion to build a great pyramid.